What's up, everybody? Josie here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new movie directed by George Clooney, and that is Suburbicon. I just saw it right now. Got out of the theater just a few minutes ago, and yeah, since I saw the trailer for this movie, and I was pretty excited. At least I wouldn't say excited, but more like curious to see what this movie is, just because the trailer didn't reveal much. And basically, it's I could never have predicted what this movie would be. Um, so it takes place in I think like late 50s, early 60s, around that time, and I really like that setting, that time period. It looks pretty cool, and I think the set design it's just a very interesting looking time period. And uh, when the movie starts off, it starts off like kind of like a commercial sort of thing, inviting people to come live in this new suburbs that they're building, these new homes and stuff, and you see all these white families and stuff, and it's funny because in one they mentioned in one of the narrator for that commercial saying it's a very diverse and they talk and it's a very diverse neighborhood because they got people from Mississippi and Ohio and all that stuff. But they're all white, so I just found that kind of funny. And I had that in the back of my mind, like, oh, because I know it's a very racist time in America, so I was thinking, I was wondering if they were going to address any of that at all. And basically, the next scene just dove right in, and it's an African American family moving into this white community, and you see how they're not too thrilled about that family being there. Now that's cool and all, but the movie does not revolve around that, and the story has nothing to do with that family at all. So all that just is just a backdrop, and at times it feels like it's unnecessary. Um, but I think it's used more as a plot device for later on in the film. And but before I describe what the movie's about, before I dive into that, the movie is basically about Matt Damon's character. There's like a home invasion is in the beginning of the scene, and you get that in the trailer as well. And these I guess they're these loan sharks from working from the for the mafia. I guess he owes them money or something. It's just not very clear in the beginning, but you kind of piece the clues together. And yeah, they're trying to rattle him up and get money out of him. And there's a tragedy that takes place. And basically his wife, played by Julianne Moore, is murdered in the process. Now this isn't a big spoiler. It's in the trailer. And it's very early on. So if you're calling out spoilers, it's in the trailer. Okay. Uh, and after this, basically Julianne Moore's sister moves in, who's also played by Julianne Moore. So that's pretty cool. They're twins or whatever. So they saved on casting another actor for this role. So that's pretty cool. And basically, the movie revolves around Matt Damon trying to leave this, trying to get his stuff together, and the mafia still being on his back. But there's also a lot of twists and turns, which I don't want to spoil. But uh, I don't know. The story took a turn for something I was not expecting, like at all. And I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's been getting some mixed reviews. But I think it's a really good movie. It's very well directed. Very artistically shot as well. I really like the cinematography just because I don't know. I don't know if it's the directing and the cinematography, or if it's just the fact that the set design and the time period just uh looks very good on film. And the setting, it works perfectly. Now I guess one of the main issues, if it is an issue, it's more of a minor thing, is that they have, like I mentioned, this African American family that moves in next door, and they're kind of set up like you think they're gonna play a larger role, but they're just there in the background, and they're just there for you to show. I guess its purpose is to show you how uh, America was in this time, in this time, but um, that racism has nothing to do with the story that's being told, and it really serves no real purpose other than to just kind of like I don't know what you would call. I don't know what the term is, but I guess they're just trying to bring out certain emotions from the audience, and that um that maybe the story itself is not getting from you, but they're using this racism to kind of like make you feel something, even though it has nothing to do with the story at all. So it's kind of like I guess clickbaity or something, or making you trying to make you feel something or rile you up. Uh, the only thing it serves really is it serves as a, like I mentioned before, a plot device. And what I mean by that is that the only time it does anything for the movie is towards the end, where something major is happening in Matt Damon's house. But because all the attention is over at the African American neighbors, and all the police are there, and there's a whole bunch of stuff happening there, that nobody really notices the crazy stuff that's happening in Matt Damon's side. So I believe that that's why it's there, and that's the only real purpose it serves to the film. But I feel like if you're gonna have that be such a driving force, at least at least give these people some character, develop them a little bit better, because you just see them, you meet the kid because he's friends with Matt Damon's kid, and they develop a friendship, and that stuff is pretty cool. I really like that. And uh you see the mom of the African American kid, but you don't know anything about how she is, their day to day lives is, because they're always behind closed doors. You see the racism that's outside, but you don't see them reacting to it all that much. There is one good scene with the kid and Matt Damon's kid, and the kid's basically telling that his dad always tell him to just ignore it and don't give them any more reason to hate you, and don't let them see that you're scared. And that's a really good scene, and I really like that. But it would have been nice to see, like while this stuff is happening outside, to see how the family's reacting. Um, and I think towards later on in the film, there's another scene with her in the market. And it's a really good scene, and it serves a good purpose. But well, it does not serve a good purpose, because it's just there to, like I mentioned before, to make you feel something, make you feel rage. But ultimately, it leads nowhere, because uh, it's Matt Damon's story. That storyline at the end of the movie, it's finished. It's completed. It's a definitive finish. But this family is still gonna go through all this racist stuff day to day, and it just makes the ending feel a little weird, because like you got the ending to your story, but you know it's not over for this family, because if you know history, you know how messed up things get, and things are getting really bad in that neighborhood. So I don't know. I feel like at times it felt unnecessary and manipulative as well. But besides that, I think the Matt Damon story is actually really good. I think it's very well done, and I think the standout for me is this kid. I forgot his name. I had it written down, but anyway, this kid. What I like about him is that in many movies, they always portray the kid as being very naive, not knowing stuff, not knowing anything about the world and all that stuff. But this kid is actually played, and his character is actually is actually really smart. Not like a genius, but like he's not dumb. He sees what's happening, and he actually pieces things together, and he gets a pretty good idea of what's happening. And I think he figured stuff out before I did. So that's a smart kid, and he's not. I'm not playing him like the stereotype genius. He's being played like a regular kid, but he's not stupid, so he figures things out. And I really admired that about this movie. Oscar Isaac has a small role in it in this movie as well. I think his scenes were really good as well. Matt Damon was good as well, was good. Julianne Moore I really liked a lot. Her character here reminded me of her character in Kingsman: Secret Service. Oh, not Secret Service, the Golden Circle. Because in that one, she played this villain who really liked the '60s. Well, in this one, she is actually in the '60s, so I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like that connection. But she's playing it very differently than the other one. She's still like this very sweet sort of girl, and but she's kind of twisted in a way. And all that stuff's really cool. So yeah, I think overall I enjoyed this movie. It's not perfect, and I feel like many people won't like it just because it does feel manipulative at times. And I don't know if you go in with that in mind that it's not going to be a masterpiece, then you'll have a good time. I think it's an okay movie. It's good. It's decent. It's well shot. It's very well edited as well. I had no real problems with the score or anything. It's mostly story stuff that kind of falters a bit here and there, but overall, I think it's okay. So I recommend you guys watch it. If there's nothing else to watch, if you don't want to watch any of the horror movies that are coming out this weekend for Halloween, I think it's a good substitute for that. And it is rated R, so you do get some pretty cool stuff in there. Some violence that it's I liked, but it's kind of disturbing at times. But anyways, you guys, thanks for watching, and let me know if you guys saw the film, what you guys thought. Am I completely full of BS? Let me know, and see you guys next time. Bye.